Go ahead and start over. My name's Rory Powers, and I'm with Right Line Trading. And today's presentation is on the AI Auto Trader. And stick around, I got some great information. This is, not only can you trade a live account, but prop accounts as well. And man, we've got a presentation today that it's going to show you for prop accounts. This is like trading prop accounts on steroids. But before we get started, let's get the CFTC out of the way. This presentation is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. So I want to take just a moment to briefly introduce my team here at Right Line Trading and our vision here, our mandate, and we are on a mission, is to develop innovative trading strategies that will help predict the future direction of price. Listen, that's the valuable information, almost like having the winning lottery numbers the night before the drawing. There's a number of different ways that we can leverage that information if we know which way the direction of the market is going to go. And we use it, our two main revenue streams are in futures and in options. And I want to just take a moment to introduce the members of my team. Craig Emery is our futures trader. He runs the RLT futures room. And he came to Right Line Trading several years ago, had problems with inconsistency, started trading our system, and he found his groove. And he runs our futures trading room, and you're all welcome to join him for a few weeks. He's going to be going 3 days a week. This is a schedule change I want to bring you aware of. He's going to go 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, in the morning session from 9 to about 11:30. He's also going to be trading Tuesdays and Thursdays to the bell, the afternoon session from about 2 to 4:30. So he's going to kind of do a split schedule. And I encourage you, go to our website, sign up for the RLT Futures Room if you haven't checked Craig out. And you could check him out in the morning and the afternoon with that split schedule. We also have our professional prop trader. We lovingly, endearingly refer to him as the Cush. That's David Kushner. And he successfully and consistently trades 6 funded accounts. Why 6? I don't know, but he might be superstitious, but he always keeps it at 6. And he really treats it as a business. He's extremely conservative. He has an ironclad, etched in stone set of rules for entries. And if everything doesn't meet his rules, he sits on his hands and he takes pride. I heard him brag about it before. He said, I had 8 days last month where I didn't take a trade. And I was like, wow, that sounds pretty boring. But you know what? He sidesteps a lot of losers. He only wants to take the trades that meet his conditions and have the highest probability of becoming profitable. And then last but certainly not least, we have David Wise. And man, he is a great options trader. I always refer to David as the Pete Rose of options trading. And I'm going to stick with my analogy. You remember Pete Rose at Charlie Hustle. He was always on base, getting single after single after single, a double with a triple. And he's always moving that goal. He's always moving that ball. And that's David. He'll pull in a loser, but 90% of the time, he's pulling in winners, and he's always moving the goalposts. David Wise has a verified track record. He's with the Reddit community of traders, really knowledgeable options trader. And behind the desks, we have Brock Miller. Brock Miller's our college student, great guy. He is getting a degree in computer science, and he helps out behind the scenes with our digital marketing, customer service, and sometimes he does answer the phones as well. And then we have Charles Sider, and he's become one of our community community favorites. Charles is our tech support guru. And I say guru, and I mean guru. He spent 30 years, must have been 30 long years, in customer service and tech support for a major development software development company. And he has actually a master's degree from UCLA. UCLA, go Bruins. And Charles is one of these guys that will bend over backwards to help you. He lives on the West Coast, and it's not uncommon. He meets us every morning for our morning meeting at 5:30 a.m. Ooh, a little painful. 5:30, and he's there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Well, maybe not bright-eyed, but always bushy-tailed. And no, Charles is a great guy, and he will really take his time and help anybody out in our community. Sergio Luque Rodriguez, he is our Cuban American on staff, resides in South Florida. He has a master's degree in computer science. And let me tell you, Sergio can make extremely complicated mathematical algorithms, mathematical modeling, and now artificial intelligence come to life in computer coding. He's really an extremely talented software developer, and all of our indicators that you see on the charts, he had a major role in developing those. We also have, the team is led by the owner of Right Line Trading. This Mark Miller is just awesome. I always say it's Miller time because he always brings some excitement, enthusiasm, and just a positive, glowing spirit. Mark is he graduated with an MBA from Cal State. He's a highly educated guy. He's a U.S. Army vet, and I always take a pause here and thank our veterans. Man, do I have a ton of respect for you. Thank you for your sacrifices. So Mark Miller, a U.S. Army vet, and since he's taken over the helm here at Right Line Trading, he's really instilled, the company has changed. He's really instilled those core military values of transparency. And what I mean by transparency, listen, we all have inboxes full of Monday morning quarterbacks, emails that say how much money they made last week or yesterday, but you never actually see it. With full transparency, Mark's kind of pulled back the curtains, and he's provided everybody an opportunity to see the trading system before ever making any type of decision on whether or not they want to buy it. We have free access to all of our trading rooms, including our AI auto trader, on the YouTube live stream. So he's brought that transparency, that honesty, that integrity, that, for a long time in the past, I think those qualities were a little behind in this niche, and he's refreshed us. And I owe really a lot of credit, all the credit to Mark Miller. I want to take just a minute to introduce myself. I've been with Right Line Trading. My name is Rory Powers. I'm a graduate of Syracuse University, and I've worn several hats here at Right Line Trading over the years. And I've had the privilege and really the honor to have the opportunity to talk to a lot of you on the phone. I answer the phones here most of the time, and it's really been a pleasure getting to meet you. Not only talking about trading, but sometimes we talk about our own personal lives. So I've had the privilege of getting to know a lot of you over the years, and I really do consider any member of Right Line Trading part of our trading family. My passion, I reside down here in South Florida, is my family. My God has blessed me with a beautiful wife, a good, strong woman, exactly what I needed in my life, and two beautiful kids, two beautiful girls. I have a beautiful 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. I didn't take down my Happy Father's Day because I'm just so proud of these girls. My little one, my 1-year-old, just adores the 5-year-old and chases her around the house and plays with her and just loves her to death. And it just brings a tear to my eye how much I love them. But my other passion, and this is a very recent picture I want to tell you. This was just last week. Yes, on Father's Day weekend, I went out fishing. And this was a nice catch. The day, you could see the day, was very overcast. It was a very cloudy day. But let me tell you, the fishing was on fire. Great fishing. This happens to be a barracuda. We caught this barracuda really far out in about 1,000 feet of water. It must have been 10 or 12 miles offshore. Usually they're in the close by the reefs. This one was pretty far out. But we also caught about a dozen dolphin. I mean, it was nonstop, action-packed day. It looked like it was on the verge of raining and storming, but never did. And the fish were biting. Woo! All right. So enough about me. The genesis of the AI auto trader, and man, I'm going to show you some exciting stuff, and it's a really great time to be a trader. But the genesis of the AI auto trader, the reason why we started it was, listen, 95% of us, and if you're one of the 5% who doesn't suffer from these issues, God bless you. You are blessed. But the vast majority of us have challenges with on our trading journey. The big challenge is being consistent. We can all put up some winners, but the problem is consistency. And I've found personally on my trading journey that really my biggest downfall is myself. I just can't get out of my own way. And a lot of it is emotional issues is what they refer to them as. And when I first heard emotional issues, I thought of a psychiatrist or something, but it's not like that. I was once in a presentation, and it's inherent personality traits. Human beings have about a dozen different personality traits, and it turns out that only 1 or 2 of these personality traits lends well to being a good trader. Having human emotions. For me personally, it's squeezing my stop. I'll look at my P&L, which is a mistake. David Wise told me, never look at your P&L in a trade. Keep your eye on the technicals. But me, I always look at that P&L and I see those green numbers start climbing quick, and I get excited. I'm already thinking how I'm going to spend the money. And the first thing I do impulsively, instinctively, is I pull my stop up too tight and I get wicked out, only to see that trade mature. And I left a ton of money on the table, and it has me talking to myself. The other thing is revenge trading. We take a few losers. We want to make it all back on one trade. We'll scale up. We'll take more risk. And we only find ourselves deeper and deeper in that black hole or that red hole. A lot of us have bought indicators or trading systems that just didn't work. They weren't as described. We were seduced into purchasing that system, only to find out that it just was not the answer, was not a solution. And it all leads to that same cold, desolate place. And I've been there. I must have quit trading, I'm telling you, a dozen times. I went to sleep at night talking to myself, saying, that's it for me. It just seemed to be right there at my fingertips, because I'd have moments of glory and things, big trades. And I thought, this is the turning point, only, to just give it back again and blow another account. So if you've suffered from any of these problems or issues with your trading or on your trading journey, this was the genesis for us beginning this AI auto trader. And I have a message of hope for you today, because we believe that we have a solution for you. And it has been my team's commitment to bring this to an end. And because when it comes to that 9:30 opening bell, we really have no clue which way the future direction of price is going to go. We can listen to the talking heads on the news or read all the economic reports. A lot of us form our own biases and opinions on which way we think the market will go. But let the truth be known, God only knows which way that market's going to go when the opening bell rings. So we've narrowed it down to two things that create trading success. Number one, you have to have the proper tool set when you go to battle. And that's really what this turns into, is a battle. You don't want to go to there's an old adage, you don't go to a gunfight with a butter knife. Well, the same holds true with trading. You want to have an edge over all other retail traders. You want to have something that's even more powerful than what they have. And ideally, because of those human issues that a lot of us suffer from, ideally, we would like to have a system that can do it automatically to get us in and get us out at the most ideal places at the most ideal times. And the AI Auto Trader, and I like to lay a foundation down in case you don't know. The AI Auto Trader runs on NinjaTrader 8. NinjaTrader 8. Any broker that supports NinjaTrader 8, maybe a prop firm or Interactive Brokers, or there's a few others out there. If you're in Canada, Global Futures, there's a couple of different brokers that support NinjaTrader 8. As long as you have one of those brokers, you can run this system with a live data feed. So the benefits from using our AI Auto Trader is you can't make those bonehead moves that I always do. You can't squeeze your stop. You can't exit early if you just keep your hands off of it. And sometimes that's hard to do. So the system is going to put your stop and your profit targets in the most ideal locations. And this is all based on AI technology, exactly where we're going to put our stop and our profit targets. I see your questions. I'm going to get to them in just a moment. I see your question, Mark. So the AI technology, and I'm going to go into that just a little bit later. It's important to know, though, that we've, over the years, have continued to optimize our automated strategies. And with this new AI integration, we've really stepped it up to the next level. And it's going to give you your profits and your stops in the most ideal locations. And there's no more mismanaging your trades. And last but not least, this presentation, I alluded to it earlier, I'm going to show you why we call this prop trading on steroids. We have our custom one-day pass templates and our custom PA account templates that have the potential, if you're a prop trader, to take your prop trading journey to an all new level. So stay tuned. I've got some brand new information to share. We have a very diversified portfolio of strategies. We're currently running these templates, these strategy templates, on 6 different instruments. All of the futures, index equities, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the Russell. We're also integrated in some energy with crude oil and precious metals with gold. So crude oil and gold are part of the 6 instruments that we run together with those index equities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down the top 3 strategies from last month for the month of May. And Casey Kasem used to do the American Top 40 on Saturday mornings, and he would count down the 40 greatest hits for the last week. Don't worry, I'm not going to count down 40 of them. We're just going to count down 3 today. So coming in At number 3 on this week's top 3 countdown is I like to refer to it as our most exciting strategy. The NASDAQ 30 range. I'm addicted, I got to admit. This chart is just so much fun to trade. It's from experience that trading the Nasdaq is like driving a Maserati or a luxurious sports car with a huge engine under the hood. I mean, the thing can just fly, and you have the potential to bring in a lot of money very quickly. So we've named this the Haymaker strategy, and it runs on a NASDAQ 30 range data series. And in the month of May, trading one contract, it's important to know that all of the numbers that I'm going to go over with you, and I'm going to go over the one-day passes too. I've spent a little time to add that in because we have so many prop traders. But from May 1st to May 30th, the Haymaker trading just one contract brought in $1,842 in profits in the month of May. So not too shabby. The Haymaker strategy risks, I believe it's 40 ticks to make 200. So about a 4 or 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio for that strategy. So with that strategy, made just under $2,000. Coming in at number 2 on this week's countdown is crude oil. Crude oil runs on a 10 range data series. And crude oil, let me tell you, the risk to reward ratio on crude, you're not going to believe it if I tell you, but it's 6 to 1. It's 6 to 1. It risks 16 ticks. It risks 15 ticks, 15 ticks to make 90. So you're risking 15 ticks is $150 on crude with the potential to make 900. Listen, it's our biggest downfall as futures traders. And, if you add in when your risk to reward ratio, if your losers are bigger than your winners, you're in big trouble, unless you've got a 90 or 95% win rate, which we don't. Top that off or add it and combine it with those emotional errors that we make as traders where we cut our winners short, or I should say I cut my winners short, it gets even more pronounced. So this crude oil strategy, and I'll tell you, with the political unrest they've been having out in the Black Sea, is it the Black Sea? I always get confused. The Black Sea, yes. In the Middle East, they have, those drones that are giving those tankers big trouble getting through that passageway, and it's caused a lot of volatility. If they have to go all the way around the coast of Africa, it's like it adds $1 million in fuel to their trip. So we've seen a lot of big spikes moving up and down on crude oil, and it's really becoming a very profitable strategy for us. In the month of May, trading just one contract after commissions, it made just under $4,000. Now that's trading one contract. There's nothing to prevent you from scaling these winning strategies up higher. If you want to risk 2, you would pretty much double that number, or 3, you would triple that number. So depending on your risk tolerance, you could trade, really the sky's the limit. All these instruments are extremely liquid. We purposefully only trade instruments that are very liquid. You don't want a big bid and ask spread. If there's a big number between the bid and the ask, and it's not a very liquid instrument, we're going to have a really tough time. So you don't fall into that issue with any of these strategies. It's important to know. So let's keep it going with a drum roll for our top strategy for the month of May was the retirement plan. The retirement plan is very exciting also. It's kind of like the Haymaker, but slowed down. And it's not as aggressive. It's a little bit more of a conservative strategy. But the big difference between this strategy is it's a kind of it catches reversals. It also has a 4 to 1 risk to reward. We're risking 50. to make 200. So we're risking $250 to make 1,000 if you're trading one E-mini. So we're looking at a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And it's, like I said, it's on a 2-minute data series. So in the month of May, did slightly better than crude oil. It was up $4,000. $4,000 in the month of May, trading just one contract. So I'll tell you, if this, and I love that slide, let me go back one. If this strategy continues to trade as it's been, God willing, this will be me and my wife with a couple of coconuts in our hands, sailing away into the island of retirement and just running this strategy as a supplement to our income. So $4,000 in the month of May, trading the retirement plan, and really a very exciting strategy. So cumulative, our top 3 strategies trading just one contract, just under $10,000. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Just under $10,000. Those are the top 3 cumulative. And I want to explain, and I think it's important to know why our members and why we are having so much success with the AI Auto Trader. And I want to give Mark Miller a lot of credit here because he's really put a lot of resources, a lot of the company's resources, into a collaboration with a very prestigious, in fact, a world-renowned AI development lab that is ongoing. It's not something that's in the past. It's something that we work on every week. And man, we've got some big things in store in the very near future. But the AI development lab, what they do is they've integrated into our software what we call a machine learning algorithm. And the way it works right now is to put it in layman's terms, it looks at the average true range of the market. Listen, the downfall of these automated strategies has always been once market conditions change. That's always been the big problem. They might work well in a trending market or when market conditions are in a certain way. But once market conditions change, we're in big trouble. The thing gets beat to death. We're chopped to pieces. We can't get any consistency. So this has been a solution because what it does is it continuously optimizes the location of your stop and your profit targets based on the average true range of the market. The way it works, without going into too much of the minutia, is for each one of our active strategies, we run it in tandem with what we call a drone strategy. The drone strategy has a static stop that's giving a wide berth, and it has a static profit target, a huge profit target. And it runs in tandem with the bot. The two of them are sharing a database that's housed on your computer. We kind of made a breakthrough with this database that I don't want to go into detail, but it actually runs on your computer. And the drone is telling the bot what the range of the market is. What I mean by that is one of the metrics that NinjaTrader has is they call it the MAE or the MFE. It's the maximum adverse excursion. That's how much heat are you taking on your trades versus the MFE, which is the maximum favorable excursion. That's how much money and profit you were before you came back and got stopped out. So this AI model is running in a loop on your computer, sharing this information in a database, and the drone is telling the bot, okay, these market conditions that we're in right now, put your stop here and put your profit targets there, and you have the highest likelihood of getting a profitable trade. And it's crunching data at really lightning fast speeds, very complicated math. If you or I tried to do it in our heads or by looking at it, we'd be perplexed. Trust me, I've tried. So this closed loop system, this AI integration, has been a huge game changer for us. The benefits of this self-learning AI model, well, just like I mentioned, it provides the system with the ability to adapt to the changing market conditions. Once these strategies are enabled, they're going to execute and manage the trades on your behalf. And what happens over time as that model starts accumulating more and more data, those people over at the AI lab told us that what happens is it starts developing pattern recognition. Now keep that in your mind, pattern recognition, because we're expanding on this. They have what they call the AI labs that we're adding in pattern recognition, where it's going to look at a number of different indicators in our system, and it's going to learn what the inputs are of each one of these indicators, and it's going to learn a pattern that will set up numerous times throughout the session that gives a great output. And it's going to purposefully look for that pattern and take those trades. And it's going to be able to filter out a lot of those other losers that the system would have pulled in the past. So it's going to have a more accurate output. And that's really the bottom line, is where we're moving with this is we're integrating the AI technology into every single component and every facet of this trading system. So the output is going to be vastly, vastly improved. So I want to get into the prop trading on steroids component of my presentation. I just want to say before I get started with this, that if you are not a prop trader, and I talk to people that just don't like prop trading, they're old school. They don't want the extra rules put on them. They'd rather just trade their own live account. And if you trade your own live account, that's perfectly fine. In fact, it might be a little easier. The big benefit with prop trading is you're not risking your own capital. That's the big benefit. The drawback, well, there's more rules that we have to adhere to, which makes it a little more difficult. So in recognition of how difficult it could be to pass these evaluations, to get funded, and not only get funded, but to stay funded and sustain those funded accounts, we've integrated some brand new technology, some brand new templates into our AI trading system. Very soon it's going to be a completely separate system, but we are including it this weekend. Okay, so what I'm going to be going over now is our prop trading on steroids. The reason why I call it prop trading on steroids is because we have the ability with these one-day pass templates, and I'm going to go over some of these. What I mean by one-day pass templates is these are templates that when you buy an evaluation with the prop firm and you enable it, it's going to take the trade where our software has defined it's been time optimized, number one. It's going to trade in the window of opportunity, the time of the day that we have the most success, where the chances are the best. And we're going to take our best setup, and we're going to take the maximum number of contracts, and I'm just going to use a $50,000 account just for example, just as an example on this. Regardless of the size of account, we are going to have these one-day passes available to you. So for a $50,000 account, we're going to risk 10 contracts, and depending on which instrument we're going to run them on, if it's on the NASDAQ at $5 a tick, we're going to risk 10 contracts. We're going to go for 61 ticks, or you're going to be able to hit with a winning trade $3,100. If it's on crude oil or gold, it would just be a 30 tick or a 31 tick profit target. So in one trade, we could clear the hurdle of passing these evaluations and move right on to our next stage, which is the PA accounts, where we could start making some money. So the 1 day passes, we've been having just tremendous success with them. And I want to take a minute just to go through the numbers. Because I am better than anything, I'm a numbers guy. So let's look at the most successful 1 day pass strategies. And what your chances are with each one. I think it's important to know. So right now we have Apex running an 80% sale. So for a $50,000 account, I think it's about between $30 and $35. So this is the YM 1 day pass. These are the numbers. And the 1 day pass on the YM has been pretty much a coin toss. Okay. In the month of June, we're in June, the month of June this month. It's almost been a 50-50, just under 50%. In fact, to be exact, 42%. So you have a 42% chance, almost 50-50, of if this strategy takes a trade, you're going to get funded. So statistically speaking, if you're buying two $50,000 accounts, you're paying about $65 or $66 at 80% off. And one out of the two, worst case scenario, one out of the three is going to get funded. Now listen, I can't tell you how many months I've traded these evaluations with one contract and blood, sweat, and tears getting over the hurdle. And it's time consuming. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of ups and downs. This eliminates all of that. You can get funded in 1 day. I'm going to show you a trade I took today using the system on the NASDAQ on a 1 day pass. And I was 1 for 1 today, and I got over the hurdle. So the YM, you could see my winning percentage about 42%. So that was number 3. I'll do my top 3 countdown. That was number 3 on my 1 day passes. Number 2, believe it or not, well, it really should come as no surprise, is crude oil. Crude oil, on my summary, is at 54%. 54%, just greater than 50%. It was up $1,321 this month. You could see the losses, 12,322, the wins. So it had you have just over a 50% chance of getting a PA account. So to get a PA account for $66, I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Now you're in the game with a PA account, and you have a potential to get a payday without risking any capital, without risking, thousands of dollars to get a payout. So crude oil was number 2 with 54% win rate on our 1 day passes. And coming in at number 1, and this blew my mind. Wait till you see this one. Coming in at number 1. Number 1 was the ES. The cash register. And if I remember correctly, it does it almost every time at like 8:30 in the morning. But this strategy, this 1 day pass on the ES, is about 54%. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't pull in the losers, really. If it gets a loser, we have a trailing stop on this strategy. So it trails it up, because you don't want to have a big unrealized gain. It's going to kill your account. So with that trailing stop on this strategy, it's really been tremendously successful. If you don't make it all the way to the goal line, you're still going to lock in some profits with the way our trailing stop works. So this strategy this month is up 76, just under $7,600, $7,598. But you have a greater than 50% chance when you trade the ES 1 day pass prop trading template that you're going to get a funded account. 50%. So those are our 1 day passes, and those are the ones that are performing the best now. If you decide to come aboard, if you're not already a member, you'll have instant access to these. Apex is still running an 80% sale. It includes the 1 day pass, and you'll get instant access to this. You can load up on your PA accounts. The, what brought it to my mind, I'm going to show you an image real quick of why I like to call this prop trading on steroids. This is Mark Miller. This is his Rhythmic Pro, his Rhythmic Trader Pro. He keeps, 20 PA accounts very consistently. And he has a rotation. If he loses a PA account, he goes to that 1 day pass. He goes to that 1 day pass, and he replaces it in a day. And it's not a big problem. In fact, once you obtain the PA accounts, we're also going to provide you with our PA account templates. We also have some great training tutorials on how you could trade this system. We have a great ATM strategy for PA accounts. With very little risk, you just want to keep consistent gains, not have a lot of unrealized gains that come back on you. We have the perfect strategy for PA accounts. This is the payouts that Mark is going to get this coming week. $25,000 in payouts, and he still left a pretty nice cushion in some of these accounts. You can see his P&L on these PA accounts, 12,000. I know it's very small, but this one's 12,491, 11,023, 10,829, 10,065. He's going to pull out about $25,000 in payouts and still maintain and sustain these funded accounts by using this system for prop trading. So normally this is going to be in the future, this prop trading component is going to be an additional $14.99. This weekend we are including it for free. Barry, a PA account is, once you start the Mark Sachs is retired. He's retired. He was a brilliant. He left us a foundation of some of the most sophisticated indicators that we can build and grow on as a company. So God bless Mark Sachs, and I hope he enjoys his retirement. Barry, the PA account, when you start your prop journey, step one is your evaluation. On a evaluation account, for example, if you take the $50,000 account, the goal is to make $3,000 before you lose $2,500. Once you hit $3,000, well, now you've successfully passed your evaluation, and you get what they call a PA account. The PA account is the one that every 2 weeks or twice a month you could pull money out of. So a PA account is your funded account. It stands for performance account. And that's the one that brings home the bacon. That's the important one. The evaluation is the hurdle to jump, and the PA account is your cash cow. So I want to show you a quick video that really exemplifies the 1 day pass. And this is Mark Miller. God, I'm going to try this. Let me see here. Okay. So that was Mark Miller. It's important to know that we trade this on YouTube Live every morning. YouTube Live. We trade this on YouTube Live. That was Mark Miller on YouTube Live, and he had passed that day 16 evaluation accounts using a trade copier. So listen, the prop trader on steroids is using that trade copier with. Oh, you didn't hear it? Okay, I'm sorry. The let me explain to you what had happened in that video. Then I'm really sorry you couldn't hear it. But what had happened was Mark Miller had passed using a trade copier. He had passed 16 evaluation accounts. They have something called the trade copier. If you're not familiar with it, it's a free tool from Ninja, or there's some third-party vendors that also develop some really sophisticated ones. But what it does is it gives you the ability to take one trade on one account and copy it into up to 20 other accounts, or really an unlimited number of accounts. So you could take one trade and it would be getting a P&L across 10 different accounts at one time. So in that video, Barry, he was using a trade copier and had gotten 16 evaluations to PA accounts on one trade. Okay, on one trade. And then, once you have the 16 PA accounts, you could use that same trade copier and just take a small winner, maybe a $200 winner, and copy it to 10 accounts, and a $200 winner turned into $2,000 across 10 accounts. So it 10x's, or multiplies the amount of your winning trades by the number of accounts you're trading. So it's really taken the prop trading to a brand new level. So let me go ahead and get on with my offer. If you decide to come aboard, if you haven't already, I want you to be rest assured that our team is going to install this system for you. If you're not familiar with NinjaTrader, don't worry. We've developed a special tool. We're going to share your screen. We're going to do a white glove installation. Everything is pre-formatted. I've ordered some systems from some other vendors, and they send it to you, and there's no templates, and it's just there's no videos, and it's just a hassle trying to communicate back and forth with how to even get the thing going, which can be very frustrating. I want you to know that that's not the case here. When you place your order, you're going to have a Calendly link. And same day, we're going to be on your screen installing this entire system for you. And that's going to be ongoing tech support. You'll also receive your 2-module masterclass that explains every single parameter of the strategy in Module 1, and in Module 2, how to build your own automated strategy and optimize it for any time frame and any instrument. You're going to be able to trade with us live every morning. I trade, God willing, between Tuesdays and between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Mark Miller goes Monday and Friday. And the two of us have our own unique styles. Everybody has their own style of trading. So Mark is a little more assertive, more aggressive than I am. I'm maybe too conservative. But I think the mix between the two of us is really a good mix, because he really brings a lot of excitement and shows the full potential, where I'm a little more conservative and show the other side of trading conservatively. So you'll be able to join us Monday through Friday on YouTube live stream free. That doesn't cost you anything. So the special that we're going to run, we're going to extend the sale that we ran for Father's Day. We're going to extend it this weekend. The system includes the discretionary and automated systems. What I mean by that is the discretionary system, we have absolutely beautiful chart templates. Let me drop my presentation for just a moment. I want to show this screen real quick. You can see here on my screen the chart templates that come with the system. You would get a chart template for each and every one of these strategies. They give you beautiful trades, beautiful signals for entries. This green cross that you see on my NASDAQ, if your strategy was enabled here, it would have entered the trade long. If your strategy was not enabled, you would have got this signal on your chart and you could have executed it on your chart trader. So all of the chart templates for each one of the instruments do come with the system. I wanted to show you while I'm here. Today, I did do the one-day pass, and it was on the Haymaker strategy. And you could see it took a kind of a counter trend trade. My Laguerre oscillator on the bottom of my chart, you could see this pink line is my RSI line. When momentum shifts and breaks through that 80% line, the system fired off a short trade. At that moment, I was in the trade with 10 contracts looking for 61 ticks. And it came right down and hit my profit target, and it got me a funded account on one trade. So that was on today's NASDAQ chart. But that's what I'm talking about when I say discretionary system. All of the chart templates, all of the ATM strategies, all of everything we're going to share with you. So all of the instruments and any future updates or any future instruments that we add on, you'll also have access to those as well. We're going to include our prop trading program, which are the one-day passes and PA account templates. Lifetime, you'll also have access to our Discord chat group for the life of your membership. And you'll also be able to join us on the YouTube live streams. So the monthly subscription is normally $7.99. There's a coupon code that gets added for $200 off, so your monthly would become $5.99 per month. We also have an annual option for the whole year, which is a better value. You can see normally it's $33.99. We're going to knock $1,000 off, and it's going to be $23.99 for the year. $23.99 breaks down to about $200 per month. And really the best value is going to be the lifetime license. The lifetime license, we're running a 50% sale. It's $79.99 regular price. However, for this weekend, we're running a 50% discount, and the cost is going to be $39.99. My associate Brock is going to place the link to place your order in the chat box. And I see that he's already done that. Now, a lot of people say, listen, you know, $5.99, when they see these prices, you know, at first glance, you know, that it's very, you know, it's expensive, they say. And you're right. It is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And it's the way inflation has gone up in the past year or two has just been, it's been hard on a lot of us. But when you look at the value that this system provides you with, and I always like to show, you know, our daily results on our Discord chat. The astronomer is a member here that just came aboard not even a week ago, and he used on $250,000 accounts. He passed 4 of them on one trade last week and got $1 million in funding just last week. So just incredible. 4 $250,000 accounts. If you go to the daily results channel, you'll see that member after member are talking about how their results that they're getting. You can see that several of them are passing the one-day passes. One-day pass put 3,000 in my Apex. Simon, the daily results that you'll see on a consistent basis numerous strategies that are up over $1,000 on any given session. Here's Lockie, very recently passed his $50,000, her $50,000 account. Her husband also passed a $50,000 account. So with these type of results that this system has the potential to provide you with, that's really why the price is what it is, and it's very well worth it. But we are going to extend some good news. Let me get to my last slide. We're going to extend the Father's Day sale for another weekend. So come aboard this weekend, and you're going to receive a 65% discount on the lifetime membership. So instead of $39.99, the lifetime cost would be $29.99. Sorry about that. Just needed to take a quick drink. So $29.99 lifetime is a 65% discount. Bob, these one-day pass templates are available to current subscribers. They're all in Discord, and they're all on our master spreadsheet. So you can also download the newest zip file and or get with Charles, and he'll do it for you. So $29.99 lifetime for this weekend, and that's 65% off. This slide is just showing how the success that our members are having. Stephen Aldridge just passed another one today. So everybody's doing extremely well. And I just want to say this to close. I started off the presentation and I discussed how I had blown out a dozen trading accounts and how I used to go to bed at night talking to myself and quit trading a dozen times. If you've had similar troubles and experienced problems in your trading journey, I want you to know not only are you not alone, but there is hope. This system has been a game changer for me. And you could see on YouTube on the live streams that I trade with funded accounts with Apex, and I'm having a tremendous amount of success. And I want you to know that you can too. If I don't get to your questions, please, or if you're interested in the AI Auto Trader, but you just have another question or two that you wanted to run by us, please take a minute and put your name and your number in the chat box. Put your name and your number in chat, and I am going to call you today, or as soon as humanly possible. I see you, Rain, and I will give you a call. And Vincent? Well, Vincent, you're already a lifetime member. You will get them, yes. Oh, you're kidding. Vincent's in Philadelphia. He's a great guy. He's been a member with us for years. And, you know, like I said in the beginning, listen, there's a number of you that I know for many years that are in the audience today. And thank you for joining me here today. And I consider you part of my trading family. So everybody have a great weekend. I always say, you know, listen, our time is limited. Spend quality time with the ones that you care about the most. That's the blessing that we have, is this time with them. So have a great weekend, and I hope that if you haven't come aboard already, I hope this weekend you'll come aboard and we'll trade together come Monday morning. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you for your number, Celeste. I'll call you in a few minutes. Have a great weekend, everybody.